Go.
All right, so Jimmy and Electrolyte did their What's in My Packs, and it's like right around 5-ish right now here in Dunsmuir, and we got a bus coming. We're gonna take the bus up to Wairika and deal with some fire closure stuff, get back on trail, and had enough time. I figured I'd do my What's in My Pack. And I did a What's in My Pack at the start of the trail when I was back in Washington, but this is my over 4 months in, over halfway done What's in My Pack. So I've got Jimmy behind the camera. Jimmy, would you take care of this spliff for the rest of this video?
Fuck yeah, I can.
Thank you, sir. So I'm just gonna start with my pack. I've got the ULA Catalyst. I got this pack on recommendation from a lot of people online who'd had shoulder surgeries, and I've had clavicle surgeries on both my shoulders, but not like anything like rotator surgery. But people who had were like, this is the comfiest pack. So I've got this pack. I've got the S straps from ULA. I've got the size small. I love it. Plenty padded, really padded in the back, and it's got double stays, so it's a little bit more bolstered. So I can carry this all day, with the exception of just normal soreness I get in my shoulders, and it's comfy no matter what. It's a little on the heavy side. It's almost 3 pounds, but I don't really care because it's comfortable and it's ULA, and they're like a super reputable company. They're like, I'm pretty sure like ULA is like one of the #1 PCT packs on the trail for like years and years. So I'm just gonna start with what's on the outside of this pack. Start with the outside pockets. I've got smart water bottles. Everyone uses those for the most part. I'm carrying 2 of those. My water filtration system, I've got the CNOC 2-liter bladder with the Sawyer squeeze and the detachable coupler, so I can hook that onto bottles and back flush easily. So that's what I got going on there. God bless America, and shout out to Bubblehead Hikes on YouTube. My trekking poles are stowed right now because I'm in hitch and like town mode, but these are the Lecky Lhasa. These are actually women's trekking poles. I started with some REI Flash 140 carbons. I broke those in Mission Creek stepping on them on a snack break. RIP. Those are the best poles I've ever used in my life. But these are cool. They're light. I'm a short guy, and women's poles run shorter than men's, so I get a little weight savings with these, and somehow they've lasted me since Acton. I have my carabiner. This has actually a little bit of sentimental value. It's a Metolius locking carabiner, and it doubles as a hanger for my my CNOC bag when I'm like gravity filtering. In my outside pocket, I've got a battery and some cords. I've got this little Gatorade bottle. I mix up electrolytes and breakfast essentials in this, just so my water bottles don't get gnarly grody. I've been charging here in town, so I've actually got some another Nitecore. I'm rocking 2 10Ks right now, which is really not enough, but I'm trying to make it work. Got some mosquito repellent tabs that Electrolyte's mom sent us. Just got those today. I'm carrying this Leaf Lauren Western novel. It's a short novel. Actually, it's like a couple 100 pages long, but that's been nice. A bit of a luxury item. Don't mind carrying it. Some candy out here. Shout out to Electrolytes fam. That's some more love from them. I've got some olive oil. I also use that as beard oil because that's how it goes having a beard. I've got some. I like to keep my oral care kit handy because it makes incentivizes me to brush my teeth and take care of my teeth on trail. Some extra plastic bags. I've got my spoon. It's just a titanium Tokes long handle spoon. Tent stakes in a little DIY hiker box tent stake bag. I don't have any extra stakes. I just have as many as I need to do a full top pitch. I've got a little teeny weeny bottle of soap because staying clean is really important. I've got a spare smart water bottle cap because you don't want to lose those. I've got a teeny little bottle of DEET spray. Rarely use that, but when you need it, you really need it. I've got my Dirty Deuce trowel because you want to make sure you're burying your waste out here. Very important too because LRT is so important, folks. On the other outside pocket, I have my plastic bong, which really needs a washing right now. This thing gets a lot of use. It's one of the most common in and out of my pack items that I own. So I purchased it in Mammoth. It was about 8 inches longer, but I sawed it down in Tahoe. So this thing's going strong. We'll see how long it makes to the end of the trail, but God bless it because it really helps. I've got some outside pockets on my waist belt. My left one right here is pretty much empty unless I have snacks in it because it's my dedicated snack pocket. The one on my right side, this has got the base for my bong, the lip for the top mouthpiece of the bong, my lighter, my deodorant, which is just some patchouli oil, the bowl piece to the bong, that stuff stays in there all the time, all together. My stove stays in there, my Nightcore headlamp stays in there, and my my large size nail clippers, which, you know, people can roast me for this all you want, but my toenails get pretty dense hiking in sandals, so I keep those in there because, you know what, they need to be there. On top, I have my Tyvek, which has my PCT hitchhiking artwork on there, and then a bunch of signatures from other hikers. So that's cool. Got my 1/8 inch foam pad right here, full length. Got this at Mammoth. It's Gossamer gear. It was only $40, but like super hack tip is order one from Garage Grown Gear or like ULA because they're only like $5 there, and it's the same foam and it's white, so it's not as cool and sleek and black looking, but like paying $40 for that's super whack. So getting into the pack. Up top is always my shelter. This is the Z-Packs Duplex. I got this used actually. It's the only reason I have such a light tent. And it's a 2-person tent because having extra room is important to me, just for organizational sanity. And also, like, since I'm from Washington, when you're in Washington, a lot of the time you get stuck hiking for days on end, where on backpacking trips where the weather just won't let up, and so having space between you and your shelter walls is handy so you can keep your internals dry. I've got my electronics bag right here. Not really much in here. Oh, my scissors. I am carrying this little pair of scissors for trimming my beard, trimming Jimmy's mullet, keeping my hair in shape. I've got another battery pack. This is just 4,000 mAh. I got this from Jimmy. He gave it to me. And I've got some charging cords, a spare lighter. That's that. Shout out to the homie, the homegirl, Cosmic Mothership. She hooked me up. I got these MREs sitting on top here. I just got these from her today here in Dunsmuir. I got a sack of weed. Shout out
Worldwide.
Foxy, yeah. And then I've got my first aid kit. This doesn't have much except some ibuprofen, a thimble and thread, some Tiger Balm, a strip of Lutho tape, some tenacious tape, a spare coupler for my water filter, and a spare O-ring. Super simple there. I've got some snackies. This is a huge volume of this right now is going to be resupply food, because I just resupplied. So I've got my food bag. It's a Hilltop Packs food bag. Got the tie-dye because I love tie-dye. And not because I have any rainbow affiliation. So there's that. Shout out to that because my mom did tie-dye when I was a tiny kid. So I love tie-dye. I've got my teepee. I carry a little extra teepee than anyone else. I like to stay clean, and IBS is a pain in the arse. My cook pot. This is a Snow Peak 1 quart cook pot. I got this used actually. It's got some ramen in there ready to go. I've got a bag of some glucosamine pills to help take care of my joints. Vaseline, works as chafe cream, works as a lot of different stuff. I've been carrying the mid-size kind, well, I'd call it a large, but you know, they make bigger ones, but it's not one of the little ones. So I've got this for fuel right now, because have gotten to the point on trail. When I started trail, I carried a little one because it fit in my pot, and I thought, oh, that's great, it saves space. But now I just carry a bigger one because I really don't like worrying about running out of fuel. I want to be able to have coffee. I want to be able to have tea. I want to do like whatever. I've got some more supplements right here. These are just, you know, a good month or two worth of supplements there. Just, you know, your standard vitamins and whatnot. Pump sack for my sleeping pad. And then the last thing in here is my dry bag. And then the pack's empty. And in my dry bag is nothing special. It's just a trash compactor bag that I found in a hiker box back in SoCal. Trash compactor bags, if you don't know already, hikers will be savvy to them, but anyone else who might not, they're just super, super thick plastic and hard to poke holes in. So inside this, I have my beloved sleeping quilt, which is a Feathered Friends, shout out Feathered Friends, Seattle, born in Seattle in early 70s. And like, if you're I'm a Washington native, so if you're Washington native, it sort of goes without saying that you go for a Feathered Friends bag if you can. And I'm very blessed to own my Feathered Friends. It's a 20-degree quilt. I think it's called their Sparrow, and it's made with their heavier material. They have a couple different gossamers of their materials that they use for the sleeping bags. Mine's a thicker one, comes in at 2.2 pounds, but I love it. It keeps me warm, it's very comfy, and every night I pull this out in my tent, I'm just like, I'm giddy. I couldn't be happier. It's like coming home to having dinner on the supper on the counter and a fire in the fireplace, baby. And then as far as clothing, I just I'm wearing a cotton t-shirt right now actually, and my tights. I have a long sleeve base layer. It's a Nike starter. I've got my heavy duty rain jacket, which also works as a warm jacket. I don't have a puffy or anything. I have one extra pair of underwear, one extra pair of socks, one backup pair of tights. That's it. I have a camp rag, but I use this more for personal hygiene than anything. So a lot of people have it, they hang it off the shoulder of their pack. I don't really do that. I try to keep mine clean and dry. And then I have my Nemo Tensor regular wide. I love this. I've had it since I started the trail, and I'm actually glad I went with the wide because I'm kind of a tossy-turny sleeper. This has had a leak in it for over 500 miles, but shout out to Nemo for sending a replacement. They've got that on the way. And that's it. I will say I live with my waist belt effects, and these are my Chicken Tramper cell phone pouch with the elastic pouch out here. This is great. I've actually got holes I'm wearing in it. But right now out here, I have my wallet, a lighter, and my headphone case in here. Nothing falls out of this pocket. It holds so much. It's super stretchy. It's never lost its elasticity. The only thing better the Sea Tug could do, I think, is maybe like widen the flap over here so water can't leak into the cracks where your phone goes. But this isn't a waterproof fabric, so it doesn't matter. You can hang it on your pack strap, or you can wear it on your belt like I do. And then the belt, my hip pouch, is made by Hilltop Packs. I broke the strap climbing out of a hitchhike back near Quincy. But inside these are my personal effects. I've got some bud. I've got some fine tobacco to roll with the bud to make spliffs. I've got a list of recommended Western books from a nice elderly gal at the Chester Library. I've got all of my permits right here. I've got a spare Ziploc for anything I find along trail I need to store. I got a Sharpie, a Mark's Law. This is actually brand new. I'm actually really hyped on that. Those are really handy to have because you never know when you need to like write a note, mark something, you know, whatever. I've got a tracking number for a package. I've got Monistat. Shout out to Monistat 7. Vaginal antifungal cream, best chafe cream on the planet. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I wish they'd sponsor me. I use exclusively black chapstick. It works best. I've tried it done and I get really sensitive chapped lips. I have 4 tubes of this on my person at all times. Don't lose any. Some backup rubbers for my headphones, and my spot device, which is my personal locator beacon. which I bought not having done enough research on PLBs. In hindsight, I wish I would have got a Garmin, but this was a little cheaper. Works just as well, and it's pretty affordable. That's about it. I've got a comb for my beard. I've got a pen for writing notes, and I've got some random feathers I found that I need to mail to my mom soon. And yeah, and of course, God bless America. So yeah, and that's what's in my pack.